Jake and Katsuki's Ultimate Love Story Chapter 51.
Katsuki wakes up early in the morning and sits up in bed, stretching. He looks over at Jake, who is still sleeping peacefully. He smiles, feeling happy to see him in such a good mood. He gets out of bed and walks over to the window, looking outside at the bright blue sky. Katsuki's heart skips a beat when he sees him. He's been worried about Alexander since their argument, but he's glad to see him home. He walks over to the door and opens it. Alexander!
Yes, Dad?
I'm so glad you're home. I was worried about you.
I'm fine. I just went out to see Leo, that's all.
I know, but we're parents. We worry.
I know, and I understand. I'm sorry for worrying you.
Well, I called your father last night and he came back. We're no longer arguing anymore. There was some slight tension between us. But we're happy, and we have some good news. We might be moving house to a bigger one to accommodate the new arrival. How do you feel about moving soon? Eventually into a new house, new neighborhood.
Really? I'd love to move. I think it would be great for all of us, and it would give me a chance to explore the neighborhood and make new friends.
That's great to hear. And I know it's going to be a big change, but we're all excited about it. And it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for all of us.
It was good. Leo's parents were nice, and they invited us to stay for dinner.
I'm glad you had a good time. And I'm glad you're home safe.
Yeah, he did. And I'm so excited. It's going to be great. Definitely not. I'm glad we're moving, and I'm sure we'll make more memories in our new house. That sounds great. Can I come with you guys?
Of course, sweetheart. We'd love to have you there.
I understand. I'll behave.
Good. We'll all be there around noon.
I guess I could see him less often, but that doesn't mean I won't still try to make time for him.
Oh, that's right. Going to love it, son. It is very big. We've been thinking about this for a while, and give you more freedom.
Really? What is it? My own car? That would be amazing.
We figured you were getting older and could use more freedom. And you've been so good lately, so we thought we'd reward you.
I definitely prefer having a car. And I'd love to see Leo more often.
I think you'll be able to see him a lot more often then. You'll have more time.
Dad.
Jake, you're embarrassing him.
I don't know what to say. We're good. We're happy. But you don't need to know all the details. Thanks, Dad. I know you're just looking out for me.
Just remember, we're here for you, no matter what. We love you.
I'll look into it. But can I ask you guys something?
Of course. What's on your mind?
It's kind of a weird question.
Just ask. We won't judge you.
Okay. I was wondering if you could, I mean,
Go ahead.
can I ask you guys for a favor?
Of course you can. What do you need?
Can I sleep in your bed tonight?
Yeah. I guess we've gotten so used to you being our baby that it's still hard to let go. But if it makes you happy,
Thank you, Dad. I know you both don't like sleeping with a teenager, but I promise I won't kick or punch.
it's okay, sweetheart. We understand. Just don't make it too weird. Okay? Yeah, I guess I can handle it. Just don't punch me in the face, okay?
I promise, I won't.
You're such a sweet kid. I love you.
I guess it's just comforting to be close to you guys. I don't have nightmares or anything. I just want to be with you.
That's understandable. We're your parents, and we'll always be here for you.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll get started right away. I'll make sure to pick out my nicest clothes.
Good. And remember, this is an important day for us, so make sure you're on your best behavior.
I understand, Dad. I'll be good.
Katsuki sits next to Jake and smiles. It's going to be a big day for us, but I'm sure everything will work out. We'll find the perfect house, and Alexander will love his new car. Katsuki looks at him, concerned. Are you okay? Is something wrong? Katsuki laughs. That makes sense. The baby has been growing so quickly, but we should keep an eye on it. Do you want me to get you some antacids? Katsuki nods. Okay, I'll be right back. He gets up and goes to the kitchen. He comes back with a glass of water and a bottle of antacids. He hands them to Jake. Here, take these, and make sure you drink plenty of water. Katsuki smiles. You're welcome. Just take it easy today, okay? I don't want you to overdo it. Katsuki chuckles. Sorry, I just worry about you. You're carrying our child after all. I just want to make sure everything goes smoothly. Katsuki nods. Okay, I'll try to relax. But I can't help it. I just want everything to go perfectly for you and the baby. Katsuki blushes and looks away. That sounds like a good idea. I'm sure it would help with the heartburn and the aches. Katsuki smiles and watches him walk away. He's still blushing, but he's also a little curious. He decides to follow Jake to the bathroom. Katsuki watches him, impressed by the bath. He's never seen anyone fill up a tub so quickly. He walks over and stands next to Jake, looking down at the water. This looks nice. Katsuki chuckles. I know how you feel. You've been carrying the baby for a while now. It's hard work, but you're almost there. The baby will be here soon, and then all the pain will be worth it. Katsuki's face turns red. Are you sure you want me to stay? I can leave if you want to be alone. Yeah, I guess we can have some alone time together in the bath. It's been a while since we're taking a nice relaxing bath together. But we have to make this quick. We can't lounge in here all day. We have an open house, remember? He starts undressing as well. Katsuki joins him, getting into the tub. He relaxes, leaning back against Jake. This is nice. It's so warm and comfortable. Katsuki laughs. I guess you were right. I feel like all my stress is melting away. This is great. Katsuki's face flushes, and he pulls away slightly. Jake, I don't think this is a good idea. We can't be doing this in the tub. We're going to be late for the open house. Katsuki sighs. I know you're right, but we have to be careful. We can't do anything that might hurt the baby. Katsuki looks at him, surprised. You're sure? We don't want to do anything that could hurt the baby. Katsuki blushes. I guess that's true, but we should probably keep this between us. We don't want Alexander to hear anything. Katsuki nods. Good, but we should still be quick about it. We have to get ready for the open house. Katsuki, do you think you should face the other way so the belly doesn't get in the way? I don't want to squish it. Katsuki smiles and wraps his arms around him. This is better. We should be able to do this without hurting the baby. Katsuki nods and does as he's told. He takes it slow, making sure not to move too fast. Katsuki starts to move slightly faster, making sure not to be too rough. He pulls Jake closer and whispers in his ear, "You're so beautiful. I love you so much." Katsuki, I start moving faster. Jake, I've missed this so much. Katsuki puts his hand over Jake's mouth to muffle the sounds. He continues to move faster. He can't believe how much he missed this. Katsuki. He starts to go faster and harder. As he holds on to Jake's hips with one hand, with his other hand on his mouth, continuing to muffle out the sounds coming from Jake. Katsuki starts to go even faster. He's getting close. Jake, I'm almost there. Katsuki starts to go even faster, losing control. He holds on tight and lets himself go. He closes his eyes and lets out a deep sigh as he finishes. Katsuki wraps his arms around him, holding him close. He takes a deep breath and smiles. That was amazing. I can't believe we just did that. Katsuki chuckles. It was, but we really shouldn't do this again until after the baby is born. It's too risky. Katsuki smiles, and nods. I get it, but we have to be careful. We don't want to do anything that could hurt the baby. Let's just wait until after the baby is born. Then we can have all the fun we want. Katsuki nods. I know. We'll have to be careful, but we'll make up for it once the baby is here. We'll have plenty of time to make up for lost time. Katsuki laughs. You're right. Postpartum is no joke. We'll just have to be patient and wait until the baby is here. But it'll be worth it in the end. Katsuki nods. Yeah, you're right. We should probably get ready. We don't want to keep them waiting. Katsuki nods and helps him out of the tub. He dries him off and wraps a towel around him. Are you feeling better now? I'm glad we got some time alone together. Katsuki smiles and hugs him. I'm glad. Now let's get ready. We don't want to be late for that open house. Katsuki follows him and watches as he gets dressed. He can't help but smile at the sight of Jake waddling. You look so cute when you walk like that. Katsuki chuckles. It's okay, it's just adorable. I don't know how you manage to walk around with such a big belly. I would be exhausted. Katsuki smiles and walks over to him. You're doing great. I know it's not easy, but you're almost there. Just a little bit longer, and the baby will be here. Katsuki thinks for a moment. Well, we should probably talk about that. We should probably decide on a birth plan before the baby comes. Do you have any idea which one you want to do? Katsuki laughs. I know, but you're still going to have a lot of the same experiences. The contractions, the pain, the labor. It's going to be just as intense for you. But we should figure out how you want to deliver the baby. I'm sure our doctor can help us decide what's best for you. Katsuki can't help but laugh. I know, but you know it's not going to be that simple. You're going to have to push really hard to get the baby out, and it's going to hurt like hell. Are you sure you don't want to consider a C-section? Katsuki laughs. Well, it's your decision, but I think a C-section is the best option for you. It's less painful, and it'll be easier on you and the baby. I just want to make sure you're okay. Katsuki nods and waits for him to finish getting dressed. That's a good idea. We should get going. We don't want to keep the real estate agent waiting. Katsuki smiles and walks over to him. He reaches behind him and helps him hook the bra. There you go. I know your chest has gotten a lot bigger since the baby came along. I'm sure you can't wait to have your body back. Katsuki blushes. Well, I have to admit, they're certainly different than they used to be. But they're still beautiful, and I'm sure they'll go back to normal after the baby is born. Katsuki smiles. Well, if you're going to be breastfeeding, I guess you'll have to keep them for a while, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. I can't wait to see our baby drink from you. Katsuki nods. That's true. Breast milk is very important for the baby's health, and it's good that you're willing to let me help with that. I can't wait to be a part of this experience with you. Katsuki chuckles. That's true. I've heard that before. But I don't know if I'd be able to drink it. I think it would be a bit strange. Plus, I'm not sure I'd be able to get past the taste. Katsuki laughs. You're right. I guess I could try that. I just don't think I'd be able to look at you the same way if I saw you as a milk source. Katsuki laughs. I can't believe you just said that. You're so silly, but I guess it's true. You'll be like a cow with your milk flowing out of you. Katsuki laughs. Stop it. You're not a cow. You're my beautiful husband. But you're right. You will be like a cow for a while. You'll be producing milk and everything. It's a bit strange to think about. Katsuki laughs. I know. But we should get going now. We don't want to keep the real estate agent waiting any longer. We'll talk about this later. Katsuki looks at him and smiles. No, it's fine. It's just a little revealing, but it's not too bad. You look great. Katsuki smiles. I think that would be perfect. It's very pretty, and it's very feminine. I think you should wear it. You should feel comfortable in whatever you wear. Plus, it's not like we're going anywhere fancy today. Katsuki looks at him, and his jaw drops. Wow, you look amazing. That dress is beautiful on you. It really brings out your figure. Katsuki smiles and walks over to him. He gently touches his belly. You're right. It's a beautiful sight. You're carrying our baby, and you look so radiant. I'm so proud of you. Katsuki laughs. Okay, let's go. We don't want to be late for the open house. But before we go, can I ask you one last thing? Katsuki gets really close to him and whispers in his ear. Can I give you a little kiss before we go? Katsuki smiles and pulls him in close. He wraps his arms around him and kisses him softly on the lips. He holds the kiss for a few seconds before pulling away. You're the best husband I could have asked for. I love you. Katsuki nods. Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm sure the real estate agent is waiting for us. Katsuki nods. Of course, I'll drive. Just let me grab my keys. He walks over to the table and grabs his keys. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Katsuki sees him almost slip and he grabs his arm to keep him from falling. Are you okay? That was close. It's been raining all morning and it's still pretty slippery out here. Katsuki nods. You're right. We should probably call someone to come and clean them. We can't have you falling and hurting yourself or the baby. But let's get going first. We'll worry about the steps later. Katsuki smiles and opens the door for him. You're welcome. And I'm just trying to protect you and the baby. You're carrying such a precious cargo. I can't let anything happen to you. Katsuki gets in the driver's seat and starts the car. He looks over at him and smiles. Are you feeling okay? You're not too uncomfortable, are you? Katsuki smiles and puts the car into drive. He starts following the GPS, driving down the road. It sounds like you're really excited about this house. I can't wait to see it either. It's going to be so nice to have a bigger place for our family. Katsuki nods. Me too. I hope the pictures don't do it justice. I want it to be even better in person. But we'll just have to wait and see. Are you nervous at all? Katsuki laughs. Of course we can stop for an iced coffee. We could use a little pick-me-up. And I'm excited too. I can't wait to see this house. I'm sure it'll be perfect for us. Katsuki smiles. That's a great idea. I'm sure they'll have some furniture for us to look at. It would be nice to get a good deal on it. And it would be a lot less stress for us to have to buy everything new. Katsuki nods and pulls into the parking lot of a local coffee shop. Okay, let's go. We'll just be a minute. Katsuki holds the door open for him. Be careful, it's still slippery out here. Katsuki nods and walks with him inside. They get in line to order their drinks. Katsuki looks at him and smiles. Are you sure you're okay? You look a little pale. Is the baby okay? Katsuki laughs. Sure, we can get a donut. You're always so hungry these days. I'm sure the baby is just taking all of your energy. But we can't have you passing out, so let's get you something to eat. Katsuki notices the man looking at Jake and he gets a little defensive. He turns around and glares at the man. Is there something you need? Or are you just staring at my husband for no reason? Katsuki is taken aback by the man's comment. He's not sure how to respond, but he doesn't like the way the man is looking at Jake. Yes, I know I'm lucky. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me. and I would appreciate it if you didn't stare at him like that. Katsuki glares at the man, like you're checking him out. It's disrespectful, and it's making me uncomfortable. Katsuki takes a deep breath and tries to calm down. He knows that Jake is right. They're here to get their coffee and not to start a fight. You're right. We're here for our coffee. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let him stare at you like that. Katsuki nods and turns back to the counter. He tries to ignore the man, but he can't help but feel a little bit protective of Jake. He's not sure why the man is being so weird about him. Katsuki looks over at Jake and smiles. That was impressive. I didn't know you had that in you. You really put him in his place. Katsuki laughs. You're right. You're not just eye candy. You're my husband and I love you. But I don't like the way that man was looking at you. It's like he was treating you like a piece of meat. Katsuki nods. You're right. Let's just get our coffee and go. I don't want to spend any more time here than we have to. He grabs their drinks and the donuts and they walk out of the coffee shop. Katsuki gets in the driver's seat and starts the car. He looks over at Jake and smiles. I'm glad that's over. I don't know why that man was being so weird. I'm just glad we're getting out of here. Katsuki laughs. That's true. You do look very beautiful. But you're my husband, and I'm the only one who gets to look at you. And if anyone else tries to stare at you, I'm going to have a word with them. Katsuki smiles and nods. That's right. You're mine, and I'm yours. No one else can have you. I just can't stand the thought of someone else looking at you that way. It makes me so angry. Katsuki looks down at him and his face turns red. He can't help but smile at the way Jake is looking at him. Very angry. You're my husband, and I don't like the idea of anyone else looking at you. You're mine, and no one else's. Katsuki looks into his eyes, and he can see the way Jake is looking at him. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's trying to tease him, and it's working. Very far. I would do anything to keep you safe. I would protect you with my life if I had to. Katsuki looks away for a moment, trying to resist the urge to say what he's thinking, but he can't hold it in any longer. He looks back at Jake and whispers in his ear, Anything. I would do anything for you, even if it means taking someone's life. Katsuki smiles and wraps his arms around Jake. You like it when I get all protective, don't you? I can't help it. I just want to keep you safe. Katsuki kisses him back. I know. We should probably get going. We don't want to keep them waiting. But I just have one more thing I want to say before we go. Katsuki looks at him with a serious expression. You're mine, and I don't share. Do you understand? Katsuki smiles and nods. That's right. I don't want anyone else looking at you or even thinking about you. You're my husband and I love you more than anything. I want you to know that you're the only one for me. Katsuki smiles and starts the car again. He pulls out of the parking lot and starts driving towards the house. I'm glad we're on the same page. I just wanted to make sure you knew how much you mean to me. I don't want to take anything for granted. Katsuki laughs. You're such a dork. But that's why I love you. You're always making me laugh. But seriously, I don't want to take anything for granted. I just want to enjoy every moment we have together, and I want to make sure you're happy and comfortable. Katsuki looks up and sees the house. He's impressed by how beautiful it is. Wow, this is even better than the pictures. It's so big and the yard is so nice. I can't wait to see the inside. Katsuki nods. Yeah, it is. It's even better in person. I can't wait to see the inside. I'm sure it's just as beautiful as the outside. And I bet the yard is even better. It looks like there's a lot of room for us to do whatever we want with it. Katsuki nods. Okay, I'll park on the street corner. I don't want to block the driveway. We don't want to make a bad impression on the real estate agent. We want to make sure we get this house. Katsuki gets out of the car and locks it. Me too. I can't wait to see the inside. It's going to be so exciting to see how it looks. And I'm sure the furniture is going to be great too. But let's go inside and see what we think. Are you ready? Katsuki smiles and holds Jake's hand as they walk up to the front door. He knocks on the door and they wait for someone to answer. He's feeling a little bit nervous, but he's also excited to see the inside of the house. Katsuki nods and walks inside, still holding Jake's hand. Yes, we're the Bakugos. We're here to see the house. We're looking for a place to raise our family. Katsuki nods. It is a big upgrade. The house is beautiful. We love the outside, and the yard looks amazing. But we're really excited to see the inside. Can we take a look? Katsuki looks around the living room, and he can't help but feel impressed. It's so cozy and welcoming. The furniture looks so comfortable, and the colors are so vibrant. He's definitely getting a good feeling about this house. He turns to the realtor and smiles. It's beautiful. I can see why you're so excited about it. It's exactly what we're looking for. Katsuki smiles and nods. That's a great feature. It'll be nice to have a fireplace in the house. It'll make it feel so cozy. And it's good that it's electrical, so we don't have to worry about keeping it stocked with wood. We can just turn it on whenever we want to use it. Katsuki follows the realtor into the kitchen. He's impressed by how modern and stylish it is. The appliances look like they're all brand new. This kitchen is amazing. It's got everything we need. We can cook and entertain all in this one room. Katsuki nods and smiles. It's beautiful. I love the colors and the design of the kitchen. It's very modern and stylish. It's also really functional. I can see myself spending a lot of time in here, cooking and baking. And the birdcage is a nice touch. It's a really comfortable space. Katsuki nods. I understand. I like the fixtures, but I'm not opposed to changing them if we want to. But it's nice to know that we have options. We can customize the house to fit our needs and our style. We can really make it our own. Katsuki nods and smiles. I love the laundry room. It's so clean and organized. The washer and dryer look like they're in great condition, and the cabinet space is perfect for storing cleaning supplies and other items. It's a very efficient room. We could probably fit a lot of stuff in here. Katsuki follows the realtor up the stairs and Katsuki follows the realtor up the stairs and he's impressed by how nice they are. The wood is smooth and the railing is sturdy. He can see himself walking up and down the stairs a lot with the baby. These stairs are so sturdy. It's a nice feature to have in a house, and the railing is really safe and secure. I'm glad we're getting such a good quality house. Katsuki looks around the landing and he's impressed by the space. It's a great place for a second living room or even a small office. He can see himself using it for reading and relaxing. This is a really nice space. It's like having an extra room without taking up too much space. We can definitely use this for something. Katsuki follows the realtor into the master bedroom and he's impressed by how large it is. It's got a huge bed and plenty of space for other furniture. The rug is soft and comfy, and the window has a nice view. This is a great room. It's so cozy and inviting. I can see myself spending a lot of time in here. Katsuki nods. That's a good idea. It ties the whole house together. It's nice that everything matches, and I like that the bed is so big. It'll be nice to have a lot of space for us and the baby. We can really make it our own. Katsuki looks around the bathroom and he's amazed by how nice it is. It's got everything they could need, from the large tub to the walk-in shower. The glass shower door is a nice touch, and the sink is large enough for 2 people. The window is also a great feature, giving the room a lot of natural light. This is a really nice bathroom. I can see us spending a lot of time in here. It's so relaxing. Katsuki nods and smiles. It would be nice to have a nice, relaxing bath after a long day. We can just relax and enjoy each other's company. And when the baby is born, we can use it for bathing them too. It's a perfect size. Katsuki smiles proudly and puts his hand on Jake's stomach. We're having a girl. We're really excited to be. Katsuki follows the realtor into the room, and he's impressed by how cozy it is. The couch is so comfortable, and the piano is a nice touch. He can see himself spending a lot of time in here with Jake and the baby. This is a great room. It's got everything we need. We could even make it a playroom for the baby when they're older. Katsuki follows the realtor around the house and looks at each room. They're all so nice and spacious. The closets are big enough for all of their clothes, and the walls are painted in neutral colors that will go with any decor. It's like the house was made for them. This is really a great place. I can see us being very happy here. Katsuki smiles and nods. That sounds great. I can't wait to see the backyard. It would be nice to have a pool to relax in during the summer. And the yard looks big enough for us to have a barbecue or something. Katsuki smiles and nods. It's a really nice backyard. I love the pool area, and the shed is a great idea. I can see us having a lot of fun here. It would be great to have a barbecue or even just hang out by the pool in the summer. And the trees are a nice touch too. It's very peaceful. Katsuki nods and smiles. It's perfect. We can have a nice outdoor barbecue and enjoy the weather. And the awning is a great idea. It'll keep the sun off of us while we're eating. And the deck is really spacious. We could have a lot of people over and still have room to move around. It's a really great feature. Katsuki looks around the house and he's amazed by how nice it is. It's exactly what they've been looking for. We love it. It's got everything we need, and it's a great space for our family. We don't have any questions right now. We just have one request. Katsuki takes a deep breath and looks at the realtor. We'd like to put in an offer. We can't imagine ourselves living anywhere else. We want to make this our home. So what do you say? Katsuki takes a look at the price, and his eyes widen. It's a little more than they were hoping for, but they're willing to pay it. He looks at Jake and nods. We can work with that. We're ready to sign the papers and make this our home. We're not going to let this one get away. Katsuki smiles and puts his arm around Jake. We'll be okay. It's worth it to have a place we can call our own. And it's going to be so nice to start our family here. We'll figure it out. Let's just get the paperwork done, and we'll be one step closer to our dream home. Katsuki nods and smiles. Yes, we're buying the house today. We're ready to sign the papers. We're so excited to start our new life together here. Katsuki nods and follows the realtor inside. He's feeling so many emotions right now. Excitement, nervousness, but most of all, pure happiness. He can't wait to see this house as his own and to make it their home. Katsuki smiles and takes the keys from the realtor. We're sure we'll love it. We're already feeling at home here. And if we have any issues, we'll be sure to contact you. Thank you for all your help. Katsuki smiles and takes Jake's hand. We can start moving in right away. We'll get the nursery ready and make sure the house is safe for the baby. And I can't wait to decorate the whole house. We'll make it our own special place, and it's going to be perfect. Katsuki smiles and watches the realtor leave. Then he turns to Jake. It's finally ours. Can you believe it? We're really going to be living here. I can't wait to start our new life together. Katsuki laughs and follows Jake into the kitchen. I know, it's so pretty, but you're right. We'll have to be careful. I don't want to mess it up. But we can always put a protective covering over it. And it's got a nice big sink too, so we'll be able to wash all the dishes easily. Katsuki nods and smiles. We'll definitely have to get it sealed. We can't have it looking like a mess. But I don't mind washing the dishes. I'll do it if it means we can have this house. I just can't believe we're finally here. It's like a dream come true. Katsuki nods and grabs Jake's hand. Let's go home and get started. We have a lot to do, but I'm sure we can get it all done. We just have to stay organized and work together. We can do this. Katsuki smiles and nods. That's a good idea. We should look into that. It'll save us a lot of time and effort. We can just focus on getting everything set up and ready for the baby. Katsuki nods and smiles. That's a great idea. We can ask her if she's interested in taking on our other house. She did a great job with this one, and we'll definitely need someone to help us sell it. I'm sure she'd be happy to help us out. Katsuki nods and smiles. That sounds like a good plan. Let's focus on this one first. We'll get everything settled here, and then we can worry about the other one. But for now, let's just enjoy our new home. Katsuki gets into the car and starts driving home. He's feeling so many emotions. He's excited to start this new chapter in his life, but he's also a little nervous. He's never lived in a house this big before, but he's ready to take on the challenge. He looks over at Jake and smiles. I can't wait to get home and start packing. Katsuki looks over at Jake and smiles. He can see how tired and uncomfortable he is. He's glad they're almost home. He just wants to get Jake comfortable again. He's been working so hard to make sure everything is perfect for the baby, and it's starting to take its toll on him. Katsuki follows Jake into the bedroom and sits down next to him. He looks at him with concern. Are you okay? You're really hurting, aren't you? Katsuki nods and looks at Jake. He can tell how much pain he's in. He wants to do something to help, but he doesn't know what. Katsuki nods and gets up. I'll be right back. Just relax, okay? He walks out of the room and comes back a few minutes later with the heating pad. He plugs it in and puts it on the bed next to Jake. Here you go. I hope this helps. Katsuki smiles and sits back down next to Jake. He looks at him with concern. Does it feel like the baby is moving a lot? I know it can be uncomfortable sometimes. Katsuki laughs and nods. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like she's doing acrobatics in there, but I guess that's a good sign, right? It means she's healthy. Katsuki nods and looks at Jake. I know, it can be really uncomfortable, but we're almost there. We just have to get through the next few months, and then it'll all be worth it. Katsuki nods and smiles. Of course. I'll call them right now. Just relax and try to get some rest. I'll be back as soon as I'm done. He gets up and walks out of the room. Katsuki looks at Alexander and his eyes go wide. He's never seen him like this before. He looks so grown up. He's really starting to look like a man. Alexander?
Yes, Dad.
You've grown up so much. You're so handsome.
Thanks, Dad. I don't think I'm that handsome.
You're definitely handsome, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Okay, I'll try not to. Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son.
Is it time for bed?
It's almost 10:30, so I think it's time for bed.
But I'm not tired yet.
I understand, but you have to get your rest. You have school tomorrow. He looks down at his son's body in just a towel. You know, Alexander, you are going into a big, strong man. You know that it's weird seeing you like this all muscly and toned. You're looking more and more like your dad every day, especially with those blue eyes.
I know. I've been working out a lot. I try to keep in shape, so I can stay strong like you.
You're already strong enough. But if you want to keep working out, that's fine. Just don't overdo it.
I won't. I promise.
Good. You know, I'm proud of you. You've really grown into a great young man.
Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
All right. You should go to bed now. You have to be up early.
You're right. Okay. Good night, Dad.
Good night, Zone. Katsuki nods and smiles. Yeah, it was. He looks like he's doing well. He's growing up so fast. I can't believe how much he's changed since we first met him. Katsuki smiles and nods. He's really taking after his father. You should be proud of him. He's really becoming a great young man. Katsuki nods and smiles. We really are. I just wish we could spend more time with him. But with the move and the baby coming, it's going to be hard to find the time. Katsuki nods and looks down. Yeah, you're right. I just wish we could be more involved in his life. We've been so focused on the baby, but he's our son too. We should make an effort to spend more time with him. Katsuki smiles and nods. That sounds like a great idea. We should do that. We could all go and just have a nice day at the beach. I bet Alexander would love that. The three of them work hard to pack up the house and get everything ready for the move. It's a lot of work, but they're all excited for the big day when they can finally call the house their own. They can't wait to start their new life together in the new house. The three of them follow the moving truck as it heads to the new house. They're all excited, but also a little nervous. This is a big step for all of them. They're all hoping that everything goes smoothly and that the move goes as planned. And that's the end of chapter 51. We'll pick up where we left off in the next chapter, where we'll see what happens when the family finally arrives at their new home. Stay tuned. Bye, cuties. Thanks for watching and reading. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode of Jake and Katsuki's ultimate love story.
Talkie, Dream AI, Wonder Kingdom.